What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. That is all of the video footage I collected for the Nerf Zombie Strike Scravenger. The Scravenger launches in fall of 2018 for $49.99, or about $50 US. BT dubs, I'm not actually dyslexic, but I totally read this blaster for the longest time as scavenger, like Scravenger. I don't even know if that's like a thing. Anyways, the Scravenger is a spring-powered, magazine-fed blaster that's primed with like a cool little handle. There's a word for that, but I'm not a cowboy, so I don't know it. Lever action. Damn it, I'm a cowboy, because all Americans are cowboys, right? Yeah, that's... Lever action. It's very similar to the Slingfire, which is also in the Zombie Strike line, but this one, in my opinion, is upgraded because it's Tacti-cool. So within the core blaster, it has a top rail that's on like a riser rail, like a carry handle, which looks super Tacti-cool. Front muzzle also now has an in-strike attachment muzzle. It includes a cool little like white barrel thing, but if you want to add anything else, now you can. It's not like prohibited like other Zombie Strike blasters. And in the back, it also has a stock attachment point. Now this stock attachment point I know is going to cause some headaches because you're going to look at it and say, I can't put on any of my stocks, and I would agree, the orientation of that stock attachment point won't be very comfortable for a normal stock. But I don't think it's designed for that. It includes one stock that holds a jolt reskin, a 2-barrel jolt, which I think is pretty cool, and it's like the only jolt reskin configuration that they haven't yet created. So it's an under-over, very thin, like the original jolt, instead of the triad, which is a little bit wider. Think jolt, triad, right in between. Like the 3 little bears, like Mama, Papa, I'll stop. But this jolt reskin clips into the stock, which is pretty cool. So it's like an emergency blaster or something. And also an upgrade over the original Slingfire, because this is more or less the Slingfire 2.0. It has Slamfire, but because it's lever action, it would be really hard to hold the trigger down and like do that. So it's a lever. So you click into Slamfire mode and you don't have to touch the trigger at all. It's as if somebody's sitting there holding it for you. That's what the lever does. So then you just lever away. You crank away, you crank away. You move the lever handle repeatedly and you slam fire away. Lever action really isn't my style, but I admit in slam fire mode, it was really fun to do this. Like, the blaster's pretty cool. It also comes with really mismatch odd attachments, which I'm still not over and I still disagree with, but I understand the logic of just being mismatched in Apocalypse style. It doesn't seem in line in any other part of Zombie Strike. Maybe they're trying to blend Doomlands like Orange and all of that with Zombie Strike, since they're both post-apocalypse, right? But one's like humans killing humans like Mad Max, and one's like zombies like Walking Dead. Yeah, those might as well just be, oh man, Walking Dead v Mad Max. Oh man. The top optic isn't anything special in itself in my opinion, but it also has a magazine holder built into the optic. It seemed to hold the magazine fairly well. I'm not sure it would hold up to my abuse, but I tend to like run blasters into stuff constantly, so it might not be strong enough for that, but it is another alternative, and they have tons of attachments out, like included with the blaster. So finally, Zombie Strike is turning Tacti-cool with attachments and stuff. Rail space. Oh yeah! The front barrel is another option. I think it's pretty cool, and that's like the core blaster with what you get for $50, I believe, but also sold separately is a different front attachment as well as a different stock. The chop stock attachment, which retails for $12.99 or about $13 US, and it has like a built-in axe, which is foam, so if you want to do like a Halo style melee, when you smack somebody with the butt of your rifle, you can use foam. You're still probably going to hit your friend with plastic, so I wouldn't advise it, but it's really cool looking. And in all honesty, I think the detachable stock is an awesome point, even if you don't want to change anything out, but for storage. My Slingfire is too long to fit in standard totes, and they have a few blasters like the Slingfire that are like 2 inches too long, even to fit into most totes like diagonally. And this, you just take off the stock and it'll fit into anything. So that's pretty awesome, even if you don't want to buy extra stocks, just to collapse it to put it away for the day. I like where you're going. Collapsible barrels with the Thunderhawk barrel and, you know, this stuff. Hasbro, keep making stuff easy to store. I don't think everybody has a wall of like shelves with totes upon totes with blasters everywhere. Back to the toy fair, also sold separately is the Twin Slice attachment for $12.99 or $13 US. That $13 is just for the Twin Slice, and the other $13 is just for the stock. And the Scravenger blaster for $50 US is separate again. The Twin Slice attaches to a Tacti-cool rail, and it looks like a really cool dual chainsaw, but the foam blades don't like rotate. But what's better than that? You can pull them out and throw them like ninja discs. Like, whoa! The sock bombs were kind of like cool in theory, but the aerodynamics of those things, you couldn't really throw them very far. You don't want foam projectiles to be heavy enough to really throw like 50 feet, because if they're heavy and like cylindrical, that'll knock a kid out on impact. A disc is like creating like a projectile instead of something that happens to be hurtling through the air. So it's lightweight, it won't cause too much damage on somebody if you like hit a friend with it, but you can shoot them pretty far. In theory, I did not have an opportunity to throw these foam discs, but they looked like they could work. And they definitely, without even throwing them, I can say they'll work better than the sock bombs, because those just sucked. The Scravenger was the biggest surprise in my opinion. I saw it before I got to the toy fair, but I kind of wrote it off like, that's just nonsense. But when I got there and I played with everything, I was like, this is really cool. Will I be using the blaster? Maybe not, but it is a super fun blaster. The design elements, the new detachable stock, the implementation of a foam stock, as well as throwable discs, the jolt reskin that integrates to the shell, and making Zombie Strike and just everything more Tacti-cool with more rails, more attachments, customized with tactics, tacticize. Tactitize? I'll work on that. We should make up a word. Because accessorize is kind of like, reminds me of putting glitter on a purse for some reason. Nothing wrong with that, but my strife will still completely destroy your glitter-covered purse, no matter what. Because that's what a purse is built for. No, it's not, and that's why I will win that Nerf war. Back on topic, so the Scravenger again is launching in fall of 2018. The core blaster with the included attachments will be $50. The twin slice cool ninja thing is $13, and the other foam stock is another $13 sold separately of the blaster kit. Okay, I need to end this video. That is the Scravenger overview from my experience with the preview model at the 2018 Toy Fair. Of course, I will be reviewing this blaster and the separate attachments when I can get production models later on when they're released. That concludes this overview, opinion, and analysis. Thanks so much for watching, bros, and as always, stay tactical.